One thing that and I know a lot of people wonder about is with the advent of more people working at home, and certainly during lockdowns, kids were at home for school as well. But is it the case that when somebody with ADHD is in their home environment where there are typically, more options of things to do, that the symptoms get worse as opposed to when they go to, say, a restaurant or to school or to play a sport or to work where, sure, there are multiple things you can do in those environments, but they're more constrained in terms of the different sides of oneself, the different activities that one tends to engage in. Is that common?
Yeah, so I'll back up a little bit. Like all of our other mental health or psychiatric conditions, there's clearly both a biological component to ADHD and clearly a social environment, or the nature and nurture question isn't which is it, it's always both. So with ADHD, we know there's a very strong genetic component. The heritability factor is around 0.8, which is about as strong as the heritability factor for height or for schizophrenia.
So does that mean that if you're an identical twin and your twin has ADHD, that there's a sort of essentially a 0.8 probability that you'll have it as well? Or is this through
heritability is a little more technically sophisticated, and it's about the variance due to but it's high likelihood. So this tends to run in families. But again, it has a social, it's you're not just a brain in the world, you're a brain interacting with the world. And with ADHD, we like to frame it as both structure is important and demands are important. So one of the aspects of ADHD, separate from the official, how we categorize it in terms or diagnose it in terms of symptoms, we most often are understanding at this day and age as a problem with executive functions of the brain, how the brain's working memory works, how selective attention works or doesn't work, how emotional regulation is working or not, how impulse control is working. And essentially, the ADHD brain is less able to provide the structure it needs, so it's more reliant on an optimal structure in the outside world.